Alright, so I'm back with yet another Pauper deck tech. So the deck that I am looking at today is a super interesting one. I've seen a few versions of it going around online, but I think this is one of the stronger ones. Okay, so this is an aggro deck that tries to create a lot of tokens and flood the board, and it has spells with Convoke that make use of all the tokens you have, but it also is rocking a bit of a mini combo with Sprout Swarm and Blister Spit Gremlin and Thermo Alchemist. So Sprout Swarm is 2 mana for an instant that says create a 1/1 green sap-rolling creature token, and it has Convoke, so when you cast it, you can tap any number of creatures to reduce its mana cost by 1 mana for each creature you tap. So this has buyback, so when you cast it, you can pay an additional 3 mana. If you do, put it back into your hand as it resolves. So with the Gremlin and Thermo Alchemist, we can tap them, ping our opponent for 1, cast Sprout Swarm, return it back to our hand, untap these creatures, ping again, hopefully cast it again, and keep doing that quite a few times to ping our opponent for quite a lot of damage. But luckily the deck is not reliant on that combo, because in addition to the combo, it is just a very aggro red-green deck that goes pretty wide and floods the board. So we're also rocking Nettle Sentinel, 1 green for a 2/2. It doesn't untap during its controller's untap step, but whenever you cast a green spell, you may untap it. This is also very good with Convoke. Then Burning Tree Emissary is just really good in these colors. We're playing this new Goblin Anarchomancer from Modern Horizons 2. It's 2 for a 2/2 that says red and green spells you cast cost 1 less to cast, so just yet another way to reduce the mana costs of all our spells. So then, since we flood the board with lots of tokens, we are playing Dynacharge. It's 1 red for an instant. It says target creature you control gets +2/+0 until end of turn, but it has Overload for 3, so if you pay 3 mana, instead it gives each of our creatures +2/+0. Of course for Lightning Bolt, because it's a great card. Then we have 2 copies of Might of the Masses. It's 1 green for an instant. It says target creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each creature you control. So once we've flooded the board, this can often push through for a ton of damage and give our creatures a massive pump. Then here's one of our main threats. I found this card to be very powerful in testing. It's Living Totem, 4 mana for a 2/3 with Convoke, and it says when it enters the battlefield, you may put a +1/+1 counter on another creature. And then finally, we have Scatter the Seeds. It's 5 mana for an instant with Convoke. It says create 3 1/1 green sap-rolling creature tokens. And then we are playing 19 lands, nothing too crazy, just some jewels, Ash Barrens, and Culny Garden. It's a land which enters tapped, it taps for green, and it says when it enters the battlefield, create a 0/1 green plant token. So just yet more tokens for Convoke. Right, so there you have it. I'll keep the deck tech very short and sweet for this one. This deck is pretty strong. I'd highly recommend that you take it for a try. Let me know if you have any ideas for ways the deck could be tweaked and improved. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.